Bush, Machinehead. This song is two guitar players going on here, so some of these parts will have, two parallel things going on during the same time. So I'll try to make that clear for you. But some of them are all just the same riff for each section. But there are quite a few just small little segmented riffs going on. So we can start off by just doing that main riff that, the most recognizable one of the song. And it's just kind of like this this unison chord here, this octave chord, where we're starting at a C sharp, basically. So 4th fret on the A, 6 on the G. And you can kind of just treat that D string like a dead string. Okay. And we're just going to strum that twice. Okay. Then we come up 2 frets to 6A, 8G. And we just kind of do a 1, 2, 3. Okay, come up to 1 fret to the 7 and 9 now. Hit it a couple times. And then finish by doing 9 on the A, 11 on the G. And hit that a couple times. Okay, so it'd be something like slowly here. Alright, and you just get that down and then just get the tempo up, and you're doing something like this. Okay, and like I said, 2 guitars going on here, so while that first guitar is playing that main riff, after it goes through it a few times, then the second guitar comes in and just kind of does some, like dynamic, like accenting chords with like the drums and the bass. So it's going to do the C sharp 5 here at the 4 on the A, 6, 6 on the D and G. Just hit it once and then let it ring that measure and the next. Okay, now we come down and just do an open A power chord and let that go for a couple measures. Okay, and we do this twice. Alright, and the second part of the intro here, it kind of gets into this chord progression, which it's basically just a busier version of what that second guitar just did. And this is also more or less what's going on during the verses. So show this to you here. We're still at that C sharp 5, but now we just get some like busy strumming action going on. We hit it twice, and then we do 3 quick dead string strums. Okay, hit that chord again, and then quick 2. It's like a 1, 1, 2. Okay, and then 4 quick dead string strums. Okay, so that first measure of it would be something like. Alright, and we're going to do that twice. Alright, and then all as we do now is we change the chord. We're just going to come down to that open A, but we're going to strum it the exact same way for the same amount of times. Okay? Okay, at the end of the intro, that the other guitar will be doing that intro riff again, but then this second guitar does something new where we come up and we do 7s on the B and E, and we're just kind of like strumming 1, 2, 3, 4 really quick, just slide it up to 9, strum it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slide back and do it again. Okay, this would be something like. Okay, so you just need to get the tempo going on that. Alright, and you can call this like the post intro or the pre-chorus here. It's just kind of like this transitional section where, it's just mostly bass and drums, and then the vocal is doing a thing. And the guitar just kind of waits a measure, and then the end of the second measure, it'll do this kind of dynamic, that C sharp power chord here at the 4 on the A, and just slide it to a open A. And then it'll come back and hit that C sharp again at the start of it all. Okay, and then do that slide down again. Okay, and as I said earlier, we get into this riff again, because this is also the verse riff that happened at the second part of the intro. Okay, just the verse pattern there. Okay, and then of course once we're into the verse, at the second half of it, then we get our main riff, that intro riff coming in again, Okay, it just starts doing that at the second half of the verse, about 4 times. Okay, and then we get this initial chorus, but it's a really like subdued, just a vacant chorus here. They don't want to show their hand too quick yet, so they're just doing this where we're just gonna come up and do like a 6 on the D, and it's real subtle and quiet. You don't have to be like super dominant about it. Just okay, 1 measure of that, and then into the second measure. By the time that last count of the second measure, we just come up and hit a 7 on the D, and then we just do that 3 times. Okay, something like that. And then the last time through, we hit that 6, but instead of going to that 7, we can just go to a 2 on the D. Alright, and during that chorus, the second guitar, once we get to the second half, okay, so first chorus, second half of it with the second guitar, he starts doing this riff here, where we're on the B string, and we're just going to hammer 4 to 5, and then we're going to hit a couple of open E strings under it. Okay, and we're going to do that twice per measure, and about 3 measures worth. Okay, and at the very end of it all, we just take that 4 on the B and then bend it while hitting an open B under it. Alright, new section here. This is a bridge, or you can just think of it as like a post-chorus, because it usually happens right after the choruses. And this is going to throw in a new chord here, where we're going to be at F sharp 5. Okay, so just a 2nd fret power chord on the E here. And strum it, we just hit it 2 times. Okay, then we do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just 1 more after that. Okay, so it's something like. Alright, and then we just bring it up to the 5th fret now for the A power chord and strum it the same way. Alright, and then we just repeat that whole thing a couple times. Alright, we would go through the verses and all that jazz once more, but then we get to the second and the third choruses here, and they're a lot more full, and they just come in with, blaring with these chords here. So it's going to start with a E chord, E5. We're going to do the high voicing at the 7A, 9, and 9 on the D and G. So hit that twice. Alright, and then do a 1, 2, 3 dead strings. Okay, bring it up a set to the B power chord at the 7E, 9, 9 on the A and D. Hit it once, and then a couple quick ones. Okay, and then a couple dead strings. Okay, so the first measure. Alright. Alright, then we bring it up 2 frets for the next measure here, we're going to do a C sharp 5 at the 9 on the E, 11s on the A and D, strum it, and we're going to strum these chords just the same way we did that previous measure. So hit those a couple times, a few dead strings, and then just finish on the A power chord. Okay, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so just do that whole thing 3 times now. Okay, and then when we finish this, we go through it the last time there, everything stays the same. Okay. But now, once we get to that C sharp 5, the 9 on the E and 11s on the A and D, we just hit it once and let it ring. Okay. Alright, now we have a break section, and not a whole lot going on here. We just have some light touches here. We go with the 5th fret on the D. Okay, just let that go for a couple measures. And then just a really faint open A. Okay, and at this point we get this really quiet intro riff coming in, so you can do that there if you like, you know, the okay, it just comes in really faintly. And then at the very end of this, we get this kind of little picking riff going on here where we slide up to 7 on the D, hit 9 on the G, back to the 7 on the D, and then come up to 9 on the D. And then just basically repeat that twice. Okay, we would get back into the similar patterns we've already done there, like the verse and the chorus. And then at the very end here, we get this new style of the, you know, post-chorus bridge, whatever you want to call it, where we're at our F sharp 5 here, but this time it's kind of the outro and we're just kind of winding down, so you want to like put a slight kind of palm mute on it, and we're strumming a little different, where we're just essentially doing like 8th note strums on it. So it's something like, yeah, and then just slide it up to 5. And then just go back and do it again 3 times. Okay, we go through that 3 times, and then it just ends on a open E. We do this little scale where we go up to 6 on the D, to 4, pull off 4 to 2. And then kind of repeat it, hit it open, repeat it. Here's something like. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.